is Shaun Nordlie, Community Manager here at Hemlock Farms. Going to start with the Board of Directors meeting tomorrow morning, 8:30 start. That's a hybrid meeting, so you can go to the conference center in person or else on Zoom, and that link is in this e-blast. A couple things we're working on. There's two codes in second reading. Code Chapter 252, which is Vehicles and Traffic, and this deals with some recommended changes from our Public Safety Committee, just basically on watching for bicycles and pedestrians while they're out there walking and on our roads. And then also Chapter 170, which is the Standing Committee mission statements. This is something we asked all the standing committees to look at this year. Look at their mission statements, review them, make some changes if necessary. Board has now seen those, and now we're making those changes in the code. So two that'll be at second reading this month, and then hopefully approved and changes made into the code system. We also be talking about well exploration. We do have a bid to look at well 51, which is a well that we used to have here but was shut down. We're going to look at that again to see if that could be an option as an additional well, and we've been talking about this for a while, and this is just the first step in looking at exploring the option of adding an additional well, which would be additional capacity for the water system. And really what we're looking for is a well that could produce around 150 gallons per minute. That'd be great if we could find something like that, just as make sure that we have assurances in case anything happens. You know, well 4 was down this week. If that happens again, just to make sure that we are covered and we do have enough water to supply the community. We have another code, Chapter 189, that's an unfinished business, and this is recreation vehicles, boats, and utility trailers, and this deals with the point system, if you have those parked in your driveway or on your property, and how to add up those points to see if you're in compliance or not. And these changes make it easier for members to understand and easier for code enforcement, so that everybody understands where they can put a trailer or a camper and if they can or not. So that'll be an unfinished business. Go to first reading and then second reading in August. So again, 8:30 start tomorrow morning, conference center or on Zoom. E-blast went out this week with our annual report, so check that out. We don't mail it to the membership anymore, but we do have some copies here at the administration office, so if you do want a hard copy, you can come and pick that up, or else digital was in that e-blast, and it's also on the website. That e-blast also had our CCR report, which is our annual water quality report. Check that out. That's something we have to give to the membership. Again, that's also posted on the website and in the administrative office, so you can always check those out if you want hard copies for that. As far as the handbook, the 2026 handbook, we've got some second readings on Saturday. Once those are approved, we're going to make those changes to the handbook, and then we'll have that digital version out early next week. So we've got that 2026 handbook. Next Friday is kickoff, believe it or not. It's here. It's going to be on Friday night this year. Remember that, July 3rd. 1 o'clock is the cornhole tournament. Then kickoff starts at 4 o'clock over at Elm Beach. So get there early. Make sure you get your spots. Fireworks will go 9:15, 9:30, depending on cloud cover. This year we are offering a bus for those that don't want to park and walk to Elm Beach. The bus will start at 5 o'clock, and they're going to have pickups at 402 bus stop, and then also at the clubhouse, and then bring you to the top of Elm Beach. Can't go in the parking lot, too many people there. But I also want to make sure everybody understands that if you take the bus, you're going to be there till after the fireworks, and there's a lot of congestion getting out, so the bus won't be able to leave until a little bit later after those fireworks. So just know that it's going to be a convenience so that you don't have to drive or walk, but you will have to wait a little bit afterwards to get back to your car. Talking propositions now, and this week it's going to be proposition number 4, which is again Article 6, which is finance. Section 6 this week, which is cash management, and this just further defines the way that we're doing things now and the standards that we have now. Operating cash funds rather than funds is one change in Section A, and then in B we go into our investments. And the investments that we can have now are either CDs or treasuries. We can't get into risky stock or anything like that, but we do invest, and we have quite a bit invested in CDs and treasuries, and this is money that isn't earmarked in the CIF fund or in the reserve fund. So we take advantage of that and actually make pretty good investment, pretty good return on those. So this just further defines it, explains all of these need to be federally insured, which they are and they always have been, and also that what we're using are rated at least an A by Moody's or S&P Global. We did make that change too. So really this proposition works best for just further defining our funds now and how we operate now. As far as the election goes, you should have your letters by now. If you haven't received your letter, make sure you contact our Judge of Elections to get that. July 11th is only a couple weeks away now. That's when the voting will start with the annual meeting, and it goes until the 19th of July. So make sure you do that. We've got a lot of information out there. Go to the website. There's an election page with all of the candidates out there that has their bios, information on them. It has the recording of the Meet the Candidates event that was a few weeks ago. Also, there's a separate page for each proposition with videos, also articles and explanations with the rationales and the whys for each of those propositions. So make sure you're checking all this out prior to July 11th when that voting starts. That's all I have for this week. Check out Zappy and the Digging Deeper video. Got a Hemlock Hangout with all the recreation events. Everybody have a good weekend. Take care.